Michael here. Let's draw the name Jordan in graffiti letters. Go ahead and use the pencil to just loosely block out your letters. Put some flair into them. Let them vary in shape and size. And there we have Jordan. Now let's come back and box in the pieces of our letters. Let these boxes taper. Let them have interesting shape to them. Something like that right there. Pretty easy. Let the pieces jut out. That makes it interesting. And so with the O, let's do something interesting here. Just find a place for that to break and loop around. Make it something other than just a straight O by splitting it. I like that better right there. Let your artistic feeling guide you. If you feel like you want to add something like that sticks out, go for it. Here we're going to have the end of that R stick down. That seems to counter against that J well. Now the D is kind of tight in here, so I'm just going to let it be small and make it a little triangular D. Let the A get a little bigger. And for the N, I'm going to let it tuck right in here and let that last part flare way up there. It seems like it needs a little piece down there too. So well, that feels pretty good. And I think we can go ahead and get our Sharpie out and ink this in. And this gives you opportunity here to continue to add feeling to it. So I think that I have to decide now whether this is all going to connect up or not. I'm trying to make some interesting little juts and angles here. Now what to do here? Let's go ahead and just cut that up right there and let it bounce over. And I guess I'm not going to connect it to the O. I'm just going to have it chop in like that. So we'll let that come in around like that. Okay, now tuck the R in here. That's going to tuck behind the O. And kick this piece out right here. And I think I'll just square that end off. That gives me a little room to put that triangle in there. And sort of like we had the O come around, I'm going to let that D right there have that piece that crosses over itself, just like the O crossed over itself. And now the A, cut in the bridge like that. And then come up here, square that off, come down. Now you see these little pieces sticking out. Well, since I have that on the R, I'm just going to make that part of the design. And that wasn't something I planned from the beginning, but it just seemed to fit since I already had it accidentally created. So I'll keep adding stuff here and there to tweak this. Yeah, I kind of like the way that feels better. All right, now go ahead and put in the center of the A, and it's time to get the N worked out. Again, just let that pen cut in and out here and there like that to make your letters loose and interesting. All right, there we have Jordan. So ultimately I ended up doing a drop shadow on this, but first we'll go ahead and just erase the pencil with our kneaded eraser. And before we do the drop shadow, I think I'm going to kind of fix a couple of things here. Felt like it needed something else on the O. All right, let's go ahead and start that shadow. Just cut in carefully to the left and down. And since you'll be filling this in like this right here, if you make a minor mistake, not a big deal, you can just black it in. So the trick here is to sort of shade some short gaps and then some wide gaps. like a little medium, a couple of shorts, a little wider there, a couple of shorts. Down around the bottom of the O. The round letters are always a little trickier. Seems to make sense on the straight letters where to put the shadow, but right there it sort of just needs to taper right in. And now come the R. It's going to kind of mess up our little pieces of crossed lines coming out, but that's okay. Just fill it in like that. Again, sort of space randomly some wider shadings and some short lines. There, that'd be the underside of the R, and now for the side of the D. And underneath the D right there. Some of these spaces get so tight, I just pretty much need to fill it in black. Not enough room for a lot of fancy shading in there. Again, space out a couple of long and short lines. And fortunately, we have a lot of room here to be creative with our shading of that shadow. Not so much up in here. Let's just black that in. But here we can put in a couple of lines. Okay, so now we have a drop shadow. Still, the letters look a little plain. Let's add some highlight effects. But first, we'll just go around and check. Did we catch everything we need to shadow? Just like to make sure I've got everything. Looks good. So now for the highlights. And we'll make those into little square highlights. And putting them primarily on the upper left, where we can imagine the letters might catch a little sparkle. I suppose technically with the shadow dropping to the left, that's not technically right, but this is graffiti and it's a graphic design, so we're going to just go with it. So I'm thinking that looks pretty cool. Go ahead and call that design done. Hope you have fun creating your design. I'm going to go ahead and put my tag on this. Thank you so much for watching this lesson. Have fun drawing your own graffiti letters. Be sure and check out some of our other videos. Right here's 3 you can choose from. Or check out our channel at How to Draw and Paint for more lessons. Be sure to subscribe, leave your comments, and if you like, check out our website, drawingteachers.com. Thanks for watching.